The health care scramble is on. The Republican push to pass a health care law facing a new setback. Health issues for veteran Senator John McCain forcing Republican leaders to delay immediate action on a GOP health care bill this week. President Trump addressing the matter at a Made in America event earlier today. Take a listen.
And I can tell you, we hope John McCain gets better very soon, because we miss him. He's a crusty voice in Washington. Plus, we need his vote. And he'll be back, and he will be back sooner than somebody else would be back. He'll be back soon. But we need that vote, and we need a number of votes because we do have to repeal Obamacare, and we will end up replacing it.
But just how many delays can the Republican Party afford? Joining me now, Senator John Barrasso. Senator, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
You've really been a leader on this issue. You're the spokesman for the party in so many ways on this, and our viewers might not know you're actually a doctor, so you know what you're talking about. But I've got to ask you, this issue with John McCain, we're starting to hear that it may take him longer than a week to get back. They're talking about him not being able to fly. Maybe they drive to Washington in a car. At what point does it derail your health care bill?
Well, we never thought that Obamacare was going to be easy to replace. John McCain is a vital part of this. As President Trump said, he's a crusty voice. He's also a very credible voice, a courageous voice. We're looking forward to having him here. We need 50 votes.
Right.
2 Republican senators have come out against it. Mike Pence is ready to break the tie. We need John McCain here for that vote. We were prepared to vote this week. There is an urgency to replacing this health care law because the costs continue to skyrocket, and you know the headlines, another Obamacare rate shock.
Are you confident, though, that in the intervening days before Senator McCain gets back to Washington, that you're going to be able to keep people on board and even add other votes?
Well, we continue to work with all the members of the conference to accomplish just that. But the members of the Senate Republican Conference realize that the status quo is not sustainable. The costs continue to go up. The choices are down. We want to eliminate all of the mandates. That's a very popular part of this. Eliminate the taxes that raise the cost. We're focused on lowering the cost of premiums, making health care more affordable. I mean, that's where the so-called Affordable Care Act really misled the American people. And what we know from the Congressional Budget Office that looked at our proposal is that rates will come down by 30% in the next couple of years.
Well, when it comes to costs, I want you to hear something that Vice President Joe Biden had to say. And I want to hear whether you agree with this or not. He said, let's again make the commitment that in America, health care is a right for all, not a privilege for the wealthy. Is health care a right?
Well, people have a right to access to care. That's what I focused on being a doctor. But what the Democrats are focusing on now is government-run health care, a government-run program, single payer, which leads to, as you know, where they've done it in Canada and in England, rationing, long lines. It's why people from those countries come to the United States for care. As a surgeon, I've operated on Canadians who've come to the United States when I was practicing medicine in Wyoming to have an operation because they couldn't afford to wait for the free operation in Canada. So there is a significant cost to this, what Joe Biden is recommending, a single-payer government-run program.
Yeah, that's a very, very expensive right. I want to switch gears for a minute, switch to tax reform. That's really what the White House is focusing on now. The Trump administration reportedly planning a more coordinated effort than they did on health care. But debate on when reform could go into effect remains a sticking point. What do you have to say about that, the move to tax reform?
Well, tax reform is very important in terms of a growing, strong, healthy economy. We need a more simplified system, and we need lower tax rates. So I'm committed to do that. Republicans are committed to do that, and I'm looking forward to working with the administration to get it done.
So much on the agenda, so little time. Senator, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jerry.